What's up, YouTube? Dylan here with Dylanshomeespressobar, and I am coming at you live at 2:30. So I know from those of you who live around the world that are not in the US, I know that my lives are harder to catch when I am going on live at 7 p.m. my time. So I decided to take a half day from work so that way I could go on live for you guys at this time of day. So today we are actually going to do a recipe that I thought of today, and hopefully it is good. I have never tried it, I just thought of it myself today, so I will definitely let you know by the end of this recipe if it is good. So what we are going to do today is we are going to be using Good Brothers coffee. I'll go ahead and grab the bag of beans for you guys. So here is the bag of beans that I'm going to be using, same as earlier. So it's Good Brothers, Guatemala. It's almond, toffee, and lemon flavor, which I think would be very citrusy and good for pour-over. So definitely want to give a shout out to Jamin and Justin. Pretty excited to do this recipe today. So we're going to be using 25 grams of Good Brothers coffee. Pretty coarse. We're going to go on setting 41. So I'm going to change that to setting 41 on the niche. And then we have our kettle set at 185 degrees Fahrenheit. I just like to open this filter up and fold it on the opposite side just so it sits nice and neat when you put it onto the actual filter. I actually like to fold it 4 times. I found that that's been the easiest, just so it's open on all 4 sides equally. So kind of like that. So that's just how I like it and think that it's the easiest way to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this here. And I am going to bring you guys over here. So obviously my wife is sleeping, so I don't have the extra set of hands that I normally have. But that's okay, everyone needs their sleep. So what we're going to do today is we are just going to dose out 25 grams. All right, so 25 grams. $25.1, we'll take it. Oh, there's 25. On setting 42, we're going to bring that to setting 40. Actually, let's go to setting 43. So we're actually going to go to setting 43. And here we go. Definitely, if you have a niche grinder, this is definitely a must-have, so you're not rocking the machine around. I know a lot of you guys are just getting your niche. This will be posted in the link below. It is definitely handy to get the rest of your beans out. So all you gotta do is just give it a couple little plunges there. I always like to just cap the cup just to get it all in there. So we have 24.9 grams. So I'm going to bring you guys over to the pour-over station. So let's see here. Keep you guys right there. I think this is going to be a good spot. Right in the middle. Alright, so we have, like I said, our kettle set at 185, 186 degrees. We are just going to, actually, let's wet the filter first. So definitely always wet your filter, just so you get that paper taste out of your mouth, because you don't want that. So as that's preheating, it's also preheating the canister as well, so it's getting it nice and hot. All right. So now that that is done, I just pour it into any kind of milk pitcher. All right. So now let me move these little benches out of the way so I can get closer for you guys. All right, so that way you guys can see everything that I am doing here. Here you go. All right, so we're gonna start by adding our 25 grams, which you can see down here. All right, so I just like to make sure that you get a nice and even bed. And then I'm just going to put a little tiny hole in the center there. I just want to level this off a little bit. All right. So we're going to go ahead and tear that. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 75, because we like to, I'm going to times this by 3. So I use 25 grams, times that by 3, you get 75 grams. So I'm going to put 75 grams of 185, 184 degree temperature water. I'm using third wave water as well. And within 10 seconds. And then after this 10 seconds, we are going to kind of stir it up, kind of shake it up, and then once we hit 45 seconds, we have another minute to hit 360. So we're going to start by doing it in the middle. So we're going to hit the start button. So our goal is 75 grams. All right, so a little bit more, but that's okay. And then you see there is the beans that are degassing. We're actually going to we're going to let that sit here actually. I'm going to change it. We're going to sit until 45 seconds, and then we're going to start adding we're going to start shaking it and then add the rest. All right, so as you can see, it's pretty well saturated. So once it hits 45 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and stir it just a little bit. So just kind of mix all this together. I know some people are probably cringing right now, but you know, we're just making new recipes. So now we have till a minute 45 to add the rest of the 360, or up to 360 for our water. It's important to go in a circular motion. You want to go make sure you hit all the way on the corners, so we're not leaving any kind of water on the edges, or any kind of coffee on the edges there. All right, so we did 370. So we're gonna go ahead and mix this up. All right. So we're just letting it finish up its brew. Just gonna go ahead and mix it up here. Just get everything nice and even, and make sure all the coffee is being brewed. So we want this time to be around 3 minutes when we finish brewing. All right, so now we're just going to wait. So if you guys can see, we're at 2 minutes and 40 seconds into the process. All right, we're almost done here. All right, so we just hit 3 minutes, and we're finishing up about now. So probably could go one more step coarser, but definitely looks good. So we're gonna go ahead and move everything away here. Go ahead and set this off to the side. Move our scale. All right, so it looks pretty good. It's pretty clear. We're just going to mix it around here for a second. So Justin, we are at grind size, I think we're at setting 43 on the niche. So just gonna spin this around just a little bit more. Just kind of give it a little. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and pour it into our cup. All right, so I'm gonna get the camera so you guys can see me. Like I said, I am not sure how this is going to taste, but I'm hoping it tastes somewhat decent. All right, so I know it's still a little bit hot, but we're gonna taste it anyways. It doesn't taste bad, but I definitely like the recipe we tried yesterday a lot better. I think this one is, I would say if we were going to tweak this, I would say that we might want to go a little bit coarser. I think it would be a little bit better. I don't think it was necessarily the 25 grams that made it bad. And it's not bad. It's not an awful taste. It's just a little bit more bitter. It's not as smooth as yesterday. So definitely would recommend maybe changing some, maybe adding some room temperature water to it would be a little bit better as opposed to 185 degrees the entire time. I definitely like the AeroPress when we're adding that 40 grams of room temperature water. It really makes a difference because I tried it with the extra 40 grams of hot water with it as opposed to the room temperature, and it makes a big difference. It's almost like a shock to the coffee, I feel like. But this one, I don't know if I would necessarily try this exact recipe, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. If there is something that you might have changed with this. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever tried it. And like I said, it's not as good as it was yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and read some of the comments. If you guys have any comments, I would definitely be interested. So this is way too fine for filter. So I'm actually pretty coarse right now. I'm on 43 on the niche. Yesterday I did 42 on the niche, and it was pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and flip you guys around so that way I can read the comments. Everything's going to be flipped, I think, on the camera, but this is so I can read you guys' comments. So what do you guys think in the comments? What do you think could have been different on this to make this recipe a little bit better? So I want to give a shout out to everyone who is watching. It is 2:30 or 2:49 Central Time here. So how many grams in? So I used 25 grams for this recipe. 25 grams in. We started out by, within the first 10 seconds, adding 75 grams of water. And then we kind of stirred it up a little bit. And then we waited till about 45 seconds. We added the rest of our up to 360. So definitely, I think, too much coffee maybe. Because yesterday we used 20, I think we used 20 grams yesterday. And I think that was almost perfect. So definitely I'm going to kind of play with the amount of coffee I put in as well. Maybe tomorrow I'll try 18 grams to see how that tastes. And then maybe adding a little bit less water to the final brew. But again, so with so much coffee, you need to be very fast in pouring. Yeah, so definitely this recipe could use some tweaking. I definitely think that this recipe could be good. I just think that some techniques need to be changed a little bit here and there. but I'm gonna keep working on my techniques, and we're gonna get this recipe down. So else the water reaches the lower part with inconsistency. Awesome. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be going on live a couple times today. I'm going to be going on my Linea Mini, and I'm also going to be doing some AeroPress. So definitely stay tuned for today. I'm going to be pretty much staying up the rest of the day. So I'll be jumping on YouTube Live again, and same for Instagram Live. So thank you guys all so much for watching. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, as that helps my channel grow and I can reach more of you guys out there from around the world. So again, my name is Dylan with Dylanshomeespressobar, and I thank you guys so much for your love and support for my channel, and I will catch you guys later today. Peace.